This is ConnectionLine Story, Chapter 2. A New Day. Hey, Citation in chat. Hey, Bullia, how's it going? How are you? Lurking while I get ready. Sounds good, Bullia. Always appreciate it. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Super sleepy. It's Chapter 2, Perfect Worlds. Okay. I am doing fantastic. But starts with 2.0, A New Day. Okay, so the overall chapter. How do I get the fuck rid of this? There it goes. That's why sometimes I don't like Wattpad. It can be annoying for that. But yeah, no, we're doing fantastic. We got a short out today. We made a horror story about bacon. Yeah. Because we were talking about bacon in the TLC Discord this morning. And I was like, I'm going to make a horror story based upon bacon. So I spent like an hour and a half, and I made like a 400-word bacon story with a really cool twist at the end. So I was like, how do I make this like super horror? It's like, oh man, it's like body horror, like, oh man, that sucks, that happened, injury. And then it's like, no man, that's fucked. How did we get here? That's what I want. Alright, here we go. ConnectionLine Story. Once again, I wake up in my new bed, greeted by the sounds of my sister talking to her friends on her phone in the hallway. I reach for my phone to check the time and see it's around 12:30. So I get up out of bed and open my bedroom door to go brush my teeth. After getting ready for the day, I glance at Araya, who's walking up and down the hallway, talking to her friends on her phone. I go downstairs and get some breakfast while I think about what I'll do today. Felt like there was a whole new world out there. Probably because there literally was. Multiple worlds. Still, a new world nonetheless. I finish eating, hop on my phone to see what there was to do around here. Going on to Google, I search for activities to do near the Meredith district, since that seemed to be where we lived. A couple things come up that stand out to me. A bungee jumping place, a major mall with some cool shops, and the one me and Araya went to on my first day here. There's a link to a website for a restaurant nearby, and an article about the top 100 train stations in the Glass City. A couple of them are mentioned to be the Meredith district. I tap on the bungee jumping place website, but it says that they're not open. So I go back to the list of results and decide to see the list of train stations, since I feel like transit would be important in a massive city like this. As I tap on the article link, I start scrolling to find the ones near me, and read about them. Seemingly floating stations, deep underground stations, a terminus station, a station with a mall. That mall keeps popping up. That's the one in my dream that I had. Huh. Weird. Fucking ads! God! Fucking... damn it! No! Get your ads! Next ad be like, guys, we're entering an interstellar time warp of BS! Ads during a live stream are the stupidest shit ever. True, ConnectionLine. Absolutely fucking true. Roll with it. Something about making lemons out of lemonade. The problem is, Electrancy, I'm just going, and then I look over and it says there's ads running, and I'm like... I didn't even see it coming. If I saw it coming, I'd preempt it. But half the time, I'm not even paying attention, and then I'm like, ah, shit. We're in the middle of ads, and I just spent the last minute saying something that I'm not gonna remember. Fuck. Yeah, make lemons out of lemonade. That would be a very interesting thing. Alright, we back. Alright. Alright. As I tap the article link, I start scrolling to find the ones near me and read about them. Seemingly floating stations, deep underground stations, a terminus station, station within a mall. That mall keeps popping up. That's the one in my dream that I had. Oh, weird. I think to myself. There's some more listings. One about a station near an airport. Some stations that connect through a highway, and a station that connects to some sort of interplanetary train. That last one catches my eye the most, and I end up googling it up some more. Wait, can we go to different planets? That's what my first thought. It's like, wait, can I just like travel to another planet? Oh fuck. On some research, one Google search, I found out that there are these types of trains that go from planet to planet. The images show, hell yeah, show the stations that have tracks that are built into these sorts of tubes that warp the train in some sort of zero-gravity chamber that keeps the train from falling down the tracks as they go up and down and up until eventually they're in space. Almost doesn't look real. Would that even work? Well, of course it would. But would it work back on Earth? Surely not, right? Friendly ad. Open up a Kick tab and go ad-free. Wrap the train. Frickin' sci-fi brain. Warp the train. I don't know. It's like hyperspace tunnels kind of idea, right? Surely not, right? It's a tube that wraps around the train, not warp. That's like the image that I'm getting of like the tube going around it and you're like going inside of it. I hate warp tech, so it doesn't really use warp tech lines. I see. After some more searching, I conclude that where we live is a very social area, and there isn't really much to do alone. I sigh as I turn off my phone and go back to laying on my bed. What if I just make friends? The thought crosses my mind. Think about how I'd possibly make any friends that conclude that I'm a bored loner who shouldn't be running around trying to make people hang out with me. For remembering the kid from school and that other boy. Try to think about how I'd find them, but decide it'd probably be too hard or weird trying to find them. After some more back and forth with myself, I decide to just wait for Araya to be available and ask her if I actually do have any friends. They say the trains go through these big zero-gravity tubes, which allows them to speed off at hyperspeeds into space via guided spaceways. Space rails! Nice! I can definitely get behind that. Nothing like the space rail! I could go getting railed in space. I mean, what? After about half an hour, Araya finally finishes up talking to her friends and goes up to her room, so I knock on her door. Come in, she yells from the other side of the door. Well, yeah. It was muffled a bit, even though she yelled. I guess the doors are mostly soundproof. Not very safe in emergencies, but whatever. I open the door and see Araya scrolling through YouTube on the TV. Sit on her bed just behind her and wait for her to say something first, because I'm awkward like that. Hey, Cals, what's up? She asked, her attention shifting away from the screen to look at me. Hey, this might sound weird, but do I have any friends? Araya snorts a little before putting her hand over her mouth. Sorry, just kinda? She turns around to look at me better without breaking her neck. I mean, you have friends, like, one of them? That nerd kid, whatever his name is. I look at her with a confused expression. Really? Just one friend? Hey, that's better than 0! Rhea looks at me with a sympathetic look as she pats my shoulder. Yeah, sorry for the downgrade. I look at her after glancing at the TV. She's watching some sort of beauty channel. Actually, it's still better than what I had. She turns to look back at the TV. Really? 0 friends? I nod my head. Yep. Well, I had my grandfather, but he as well. Araya pauses the video and looks back at me. Yeah, family. I get it. Treehouse Isekai actually has a rating 3 stars. Oh, damn! Nice, Sean! Fuck yeah! Badass! I'm definitely gonna give it a star rating. On Royal Road, someone rated his story. Hell yeah. That's huge. And it's like a 3 is not bad at all. I hate so many things that are rated like 5s, and it's clearly like, yeah, you really liked it, sure, but like, this is not a 5. Like, that's why it's like, I like to rate honestly, right? And I think Treehouse Isekai for me is like a 3.54 out of 5. Because it's well constructed, it's got like good pacing, it's like, you know, a really good slice of life harem, but it just doesn't have the conflict that I need in stories to make that oomph, right? I want like the entire story to revolve around the US trying to take over the treehouse and like the battle between the worlds and everything falling apart, and, you know, how do we build it back up from them? How does James be the hero he needs to be, right? But then it stops being a slice of life, because the whole point is that it's supposed to be just a calm, nice story about life. So, again, that's just a genre block, right? But anyways, I digress, as always. I divert what I was gonna say. Yeah, Araya half frowned and rubbing my shoulder. Okay, she says, kinda loudly, as she stands up with her hands on her knees. I'm hanging out with some friends soon. If you want, you can join us. She smiles at me. I half smile back, intrigued by the option. Yeah, sure, I reply, my smile gaining on me. I'd like that. I nod. And nod at the thought. As it goes over in my head, Araya smiles back and chuckles a little before turning off the TV and nodding towards the hallway. We walk out of her room and walk downstairs as she texts her friends. Chapter 2.1, Hangout. After some waiting, Araya's friends arrive and ring the doorbell. Araya opened it, and greeting her friends, they're all girls and seem to also be the popular influencer type. I awkwardly examine them and sigh, but still decide to go with them. Might as well. As we're walking, I stay a bit behind Araya and listen on the conversation she has with she and her friends are having. Hey, you ever thought of getting your hair dyed? One of her friends asks me. I look at her and shake my head. I like my hair how it is. Ah, that's a good attribute. But I think you'd look good in green. Just a suggestion for you if you ever do. She smiles. I nod. I don't think green hair would work. I go to say. No. She laughs a little. Just strands. Like black and green seems to be your thing. She glanced at me as Araya goes to look too. Yeah, your bright green eyes aren't there for nothing, you know, Araya adds. I think for a moment before responding. Yeah, strands might work. Araya. Makeover, 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 makeover! Araya walks into some sort of store, her friends following. You gonna come in? She asks. I glance around. If you know, you know. Clone high. I glance around out of habit and nod before walking in. As we walk into the store, we're bombarded with smells of perfume and nail polish. I gag a little as the others go to buy some stuff. That alcohol fucking heavy smell. Ugh. Looking around, I see almost nothing I'd want to buy except for a green apple perfume. I pick it up, knowing that if I didn't pick up anything, they'd probably hound me to. Ooh, green apple. Nice pick, Araya says before gesturing. I can smell it. I fucking love green apple. Green apple's such a good smell. That slightly souring smell, like, oh, I'm allergic to apples, is fucking bullshit. But I can still sniff them. I can still sniff them. Yeah, I ate too many when I was a kid, now I'm allergic to them. I literally ate like 15 apples a day. Like, I just eat fucking apples. And oranges. And pears. And kiwis. And grapes. You know, 3 weeks worth of groceries in one day. And parents like, you're gonna get sick! And oh boy, did I get sick. Woo! Never again. Yeah, well, I'm fucking allergic now. Overconsumption! Araya says before gesturing for all of us to go to the nail section of the store. I nod and follow the others, wanting to clog my nose, but not wanting to seem rude. Nail polish section. Araya and her friend at the nail polish section. Araya and her friends pick out a few different things, and I just pick up one thing, not even bothering to look at it. Yo, Araya, check this out. One of the girls calls for her. It changes colors, she exclaimed, showing the others what she found. Araya nods and turns it around, reading the labels and all that. And no chemical usage? Cool. She picks one out from the shelf and places it into her little buy bag. The others doing the same. After a little while, they finish shopping and we all head to the checkout. And after a few more minutes, we're outside again, walking and talking. While walking down the street toward the train station, Araya asked me a question. So, you think we should go to the Caro side or the Care side? She says, looking up at the train station ahead. Care? I say, thinking it sounds cooler. Alrighty. To the medical district, she says jokingly before continuing. I'm just messing with you. We should get off at Alta Vista, though. Some nice views up there. Shops, too. I look at the station around me as we enter, paying the low entry fee of $1.25. High view? Araya nods. You know Spanish? I nod back, walking up some stairs to the platform. Part is scuffed? Okay. Yeah, a bit. Araya looks up at the train schedules and responds, How come I didn't know this? I can't tell if she's playing along or just forgot I wasn't in this world a couple days ago. 'Cause I didn't tell you? I say as I go sit down on the bench. Her friends laugh a bit. Araya also laughs and sits down beside me. Fair, fair. You know any other languages? Yeah, Facio u também sei pouco de Portuguese, I say, looking around the station to see what it's like. There are benches made of metal and tracks that look pretty normal. Sleek white and silver roofs and slant upwards and reveal the sky above in a line where the train would be. There's also some ads playing on the walls. And terminals showing the next 5 trains and their status on where they are and when they'll get here, as well as smaller terminals hanging from the ceiling. They only show the next 2 trains and the time until they are here. Okay, guys, I do have a fucking trigger. Yeah, I don't know what you just said. Araya awkwardly laughs. What language is that? Latin and Portuguese. It's easy to learn once you know Spanish and French, I say, looking at Araya. Ow. Fuck. Just killed my knee. Fuck. Ow. I thought it was low enough. It wasn't. I keep moving more and more like off camera, so I'm like, I'm gonna like move over here. And I'm like, am I like too far away from the mic?
Toke.
Toke! Shit! Okay, Toke. Fine. Fuck, Queen Toke. That'll help my knee. Alright, get your tokes ready, everyone! Toke, 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 token tokes, toke with tokes, we token. Let's toke. Dun 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 toke! 3, 2, 1, toke!
What if instead of toke it was choke and you got freaky and choked someone playfully?
I could do that. Remember, if you can feel the pulse, you're doing it wrong. I mean, what? Oh. Alright. Araya slowly nods. I hate French. It sounds so ugly. What? French is a beautiful language. Smile. Wanting to laugh. Yeah! Yeah, it kinda does, but I'm a nerd, as you say, so I learned it. Araya sighs. And it sucks, like, reading French is fucking brutal. French on paper looks ugly. French being spoken aloud is, like, magnificent. Araya sighs and looks back at me. Yeah, good for you, though. I can't learn any more languages. I just find it too annoying and hard to learn, you know? I nod and stand up as the train enters the station. Yeah, well, I don't, but I get it. It can be, annoying. Yeah. Araya nods quickly as the station announces the arrival of a train heading towards the care side, as we all stand up. Sometimes I think that all of this is too good to be true, as if it's all just my mind forming what I would like in life. And when I saw the train pull up to the station, I had one of those moments. Train is a white and black color scheme alongside lines of blue and green. As it whirred into the station and slowed down, I caught a glimpse of the front of the train. It seemingly has 2 floors. The conductor at the bottom. It's a sort of window at the top for viewing. And it's not like other trains, where the second floor is painfully obvious, but instead, Cali autistic tangent, autistic. Caught a glimpse of the front of the train, seemingly has 2 floors. Conductor at the bottom and a sort of window at the top for viewing. And it's not like other trains, where the second floor is painfully obvious, but instead it was sleek and somewhat hidden. If I hadn't seen the window or the stairs when we walked onto the train, I wouldn't have known there was a second floor, other than the sheer size of the train. Whoa! I let out as I step onto the train. I look around like it's my first time on the train, because it is. You good? One of Araya's friends asks, sitting down in one of the seats on the train. I look at her before looking up the stairs. She's barely able to make out a part of the second floor. Yeah, I'm fine, I reply as I sit beside Araya. Oh, alright, she says as the other friend sits beside her and the train begins to leave the station. It glides smoothly on the track at a medium pace through the city, mostly being up on bridges with roads down below. Interestingly, every now and then it'll go inside and through a building seemingly being built with this in mind. Can't help but look around in awe. Being the big tech and transport and architecture nerd I am, especially with all the interesting architecture. Okay, we're still at 4. It's still within boundaries. Araya and her friends noticed this and watched me as I stare around at our surroundings, probably finding it funny. It's a little grass, I let out, looking around the concrete, metal, and glass jungle. One of Araya's friends laughs a little. Well, it's not called the Glass City. So it makes sense. I mean, it's called the Glass City? Oh, I'm fucking... Wait, it is called Glass City. What the fuck do you mean? It's not called Grass City, so it makes sense. The other friend nods. Yeah, though, since Highview, one of the big parks in TGC.
Smartest doc moment.
Guys, it can only get better from here. The other friend nods. Yeah, though since Highview is one of the big parks in TGC, there'll be some grass. I look at them with a disappointed expression. Some? Okay, a decent amount. Just not as much as Eden or Utopia, you know, she replies. I nod, sort of understanding, and go back to looking out at the views. Araya and her friends end up talking most of the ride while I watch the city go by and slowly turn into a sort of national park. The station has a fitting name. It's on a massive mountain, in between two of the districts, some sort of park. It almost looks weird being surrounded by the city. Suddenly, a massive mountain of grass and trees is just sitting there in the middle. It's cool nonetheless. We get off at the highest point and are greeted with a view that the biggest cities on Earth could only dream of. Massive skyscrapers and hidden roads, turning into big highways as trains and buses speed about in the distance. A skyline of metal and glass, converging into a blur of the bright blue sky. It's beautiful. But the pollution, I think, all of this gas from vehicles, and all of these lights, it'd be impossible to catch a glimpse of even one star. It must make for a boring night sight. I look around in awe once more, but this time, so do the others, though not as much as me. To think that this is completely normal for them, I think. They're numb to the metropolis around them. I look around the station. It's mostly outdoors with some benches and ceilings, for if it rains probably. A sign showing the main train lines in the area is propped a couple different times across the station. Working outdated concept image made using Metro Maker. I'm like, that doesn't look like a very like, there should be hundreds of lines that run. Right? This should be massive and complicated. It should look like a fucking circuit board. That's what I imagine in my head. It's like a super complicated, like if it was a sky, like bird's eye view, it'd look like a super complicated circuit board. Like a transparent circuit board. Just fucking insane imagery. After some time, Araya gestures for us to go to the shop selection, and we all start heading down a trail down towards the shopping area. Haven't we done enough shopping? I ask, trailing slightly behind Araya and in front of the other girls. One of the girls scoffs. We've barely gotten anything. Plus, the shops here are nice. Araya nods. After this, we could do something more activity, like you, if you want. More activity. Alright. After this, we could do something more activity-like, if you want. I think there should be a comma there, so it's like, something more activity-like, if you want. Not, something more activity-like if you want. Like, activity like if you, like if. Activity like if. Just, I don't know. I look at her with a questioning look. More activity-like, I asked. Is shopping not an activity? Yeah, and a dash connecting activity and like. I'll do the ... instead. I'm so bad with, like, I don't use the ... because I use the ... so much. I've, like, eliminated it from my writing because I just use it so much. Araya shakes her head. Shopping is shopping. Something like swimming or playing games is an activity. At least that's how I see it. I guess, yeah, I reply. That implies a pause a little longer than normal. Like you're timid about adding the last part. I'd do the... instead? I was thinking of it like you're trying to pick what the next word is, right? You're like, no, not that word, no, not that word, no, not... oh, that word. And that's what the pause is, right? It's like, how do I say this? Sexist. I guess, yeah, I reply. Any snack stuff? I'm hungry. It can be both. True. It can be both. Araya and one of her friends nod. Some pretty good chip trucks, if that's your thing, friend said. Now I'm hungry. Not fair. My fault for not eating. Well, I mean, I ate, but... it's been like 6 hours since I ate. Like burgers and fries? Yeah, and chips, Ray added. Oh, I could go for that. Say as we walk up to this. And you mean chips as in like fries, like British, like chips, right? Like potato wedges? Chips? Potato chips? Bag chips? Okay. Fuck the Brits. Don't say that to Smokey. Crisps. Crisps are a brand, though. Walking up to one of the chip trucks, I notice a familiar figure in front of me. He's talking to some others in line in front of him and waving his hand around, gesturing to places around him. Even though it was decently noisy with all the people around us, him being right in front of me gave me a clear listen in on what he's saying. Oi, bruv! Wanna get some good love licking crisps, isn't it? See, guys, I did not see the ad coming at all. It just appeared out of nowhere. And I'm like, what do you mean? How do we already have another fucking ad? Fuck ass ad break. Well, I get to eat though. Mine! Mine! The work was on our goon stuff chapter at this rate. We back. I heard that sentence in a Cockney accent. Plot twist, Connection's not joking about the Goon chapter. He said Queenie has a chapter that is 100,000 words. Look, that's an entire book. It's more than some entire books. Is that the one chapter book? I think it's just a chapter in this book somewhere. The main character just goes off. At least that's what I believe from what ConnectionLine said. No, chapter 5 is the one I'm working on right now that has over 100k words right now. Makes me feel better about my long chapters. I know, right, Queen? Right? So sometimes you could just have your stream handle be tangents and bold and get everyone in here anyway. What do you mean stream handle? You mean like my name? Like intoxication? Instead of intoxication, the name's just tangents and bold? Guys, I'm renaming. I'm rebranding. Handle is the name. Yeah, I love dudes. Gooning to femboys. Instead of intoxication, yeah, I'm not saying you should do that, but I swear you could get away with it.
Get back to reading whips you or something.
More? Queen! Oh my god, true. Callie! Yeah, I almost lost it, but thanks to some random girl, I didn't. She fucking chased me like I was a wanted man. Queen, I got another subscriber on YouTube! Yay! What? Callie, look, it's my story featuring your evil female, TWIN. Twine! Had to run the startup routine on the stove twice before the blower turned on. I wish it was that easy. Let's see! Yo! Hell yeah, Callie. Next thing you know, Callie, you're gonna have more subscribers than me, bro. Because your shit is fire. I am fighting with... God. No, Queen. No, you're not... I know it snowed outside today, but you don't have to... Why are you so mean to me, Queen? Fuck. How do you have so many of these? Oh, God. Ah! Hey, that one was ice. That's cheating. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Blocks them with my massive tits and ass. Exactly. Ugh. Guy here. Bounce that shit back. Oh my god. Alright. I look up ahead of line to see who he's talking to. Two girls in the line with him. One short and one tall. Both short and tall for their own extremes. It's not even... It hasn't even been Remembrance Day. You're not allowed to go Christmas mode until Remembrance Day. The only Christmas thing you're allowed is Nightmare Before Christmas. Guys, I think I've actually just decided I'm not going back to work until Christmas season is over. Because I don't want to listen to fucking Christmas music. You can suck my dick. Queen, stop posting Christmas stuff in general. I'll be like, yeah, if you guys don't play Christmas music this year, I'll come back. It'll be a good time. I'll make them my bitch, show them that they need me. Motherfuckers. I don't need them, they need me! I miss the ghost emotes too, but every switched already. You need a medical discharge due to a cinnamon oil pine cones by the door. I guess so, Sean. What are we even talking about, bro? We're talking about Christmas music at Walmart. And how horrible the same 5 songs being sung by 20 different people. Chat's dead until my story comes up. True connection line. I don't know! Hey, but that's the extravagance of having something read live, right? Oh no, Queen died! Later on, we'll perspire as we freak by the fire. Ooh, nice, Sean. Hell yeah. We need chat to die. I'ma see the stream to emote. Set the stream to emotes only mode. I don't think that'll really change anything in the chat. Supposed to sing to it that Christmas song. I can't sing though, Sean. Guys, this is important to Callie. It involves his evil female twin, guys. Queen, you're gonna
Thank you for redeeming
break my fucking jaw with that.
Please fully enjoy
Original line is later on we'll conspire as we sit by the fire. It's from Winter Wonderland, I think. Monkey dance. Queen is awesome!
Keep dancing, bitch, it ain't over yet. I am going to take you all to court for fun just to waste your time. You did good, you can rest now, babe.
Oh man, it's my retard dance. It's my fucking retard dance. That's how Timmy Whitaker dances. I'm too horny for this right now.
Hard dance.
Oh god, true. Woo! Alright. Alright. Huh? Well, glad you didn't. That thing's worth like $1,000,000, shorter girl exclaims, followed by the taller girl nodding. Araya and her friends in line behind me overheard the conversation as well due to the girl's loudness. Damn, $1,000,000, Araya quietly laughs. I look back at Araya and gesture at the guy in front of us. That's the guy I was telling you about, the one who dropped the necklace, I say quietly to her. Seriously though, guys, please, the scene is kind of like super important. Oh! Then we should talk more in the chat so that I don't get snowblind to it. Damn, really? Crazy odds, huh? Why don't you talk to him? Because then I'll get into reading mode instead of critique mode. Rhea replies, "What? I don't know them." I go to say, but Rhea cuts me off. Didn't you say you were trying to make friends? This is as good an opportunity as ever. I don't know. He called me some random girl, plus barging in like that seemed kind of rude, I reply. Yeah, you wouldn't be barging in. It's your call. Just, if he ever goes up to you, maybe engage in some conversation. Ask if he's available to hang out. Araya smiled at me with a genuine tone to it. I nod slowly. Yeah, sure. I don't think he'll even notice me. Especially not his friends, or whatever, since they weren't there when I chased him. Araya gives a quick laugh before looking at the guy in front of us. Now ordering. That's funny. Hopefully you guys can get off to a better start. She giggles a bit. I nodded, smiling. Yeah, maybe. As we got up to the chip truck to order, one of the girls that were in front of us looked back and said something along the lines of, "Araya?" I look back at Araya, and she looks at the girl. Yeah, that's me," she replies, putting on a smile. "Dope! Yo, pro tip! Buy the Omega Dog. It's bangin'." Girl gestures to the hot dog she bought. It would be a real shame if someone redeemed a stretch right now. Oh god. Oh god! It would be so bad. ConnectionLine.
Don't fall over though.
He's like, I'll do it just to get it out of the way, just so I don't have to worry about someone else fucking doing it. Because they'll spam it. Oh my god, so true. Hey, it's okay, I can read like this. Yeah, I was planning on it. You got good taste, Araya replies with a nod. The other two turned around to look at who their friend or whatever was talking to. Okay, I get that you met your idol, but we got a... Holy, what the shit? The boy exclaimed, having seen me. You're that, are you with me, them?
Look at that
Yes.
back in that chair, you lazy ass shit streamer.
I mean, what? The fuck is happening? Wait, guys, get on my Discord. I know I'm self-promoting without permission, but I have privileges. What's in your Discord, Callie? God damn, which one's yours, Callie? I have so many Discords. I don't know where it is. 3 mutual servers. Mike and Quill Cafe? I don't know why it didn't go into my... Why did it not... This is it, right, Callie? I'm pretty sure this is it. It is what it is. Okay, everyone go check out... I don't know why Callie wants us in his Discord, but go check out Callie's Discord. I think from here I'll read it so you can better stop me if you notice something. Didn't put anything, I just wanted Queen and Connection in there. Well, you should, Callie. Then that's even more reason. Be like, hey, look, I posted this. You should go check out the Discord. Advertisement tips. Better stop me if you notice something. Yeah, sure. Feel free. I'm still in the Discord. Oh, duh, my fate, Milo. You never listen to the shit I talk about, do you? That's Araya's sister, Callie. Taller girl said. She was the one who noticed us. The fuck? You're telling me some influencer's sister chased me down to give me some necklace. No wonder you didn't keep it. You're already ballin'. The boy looked at me. Yeah, I could see clearly now that this boy was my age. Probably 16 at least. 17 at most. Fuck me, you're saying she chased you down? Aren't you like the shy, quiet type? What the fuck is this week? Tall girl laughs. I shrugged and went to order. Alright, you ready?
Yeah. Just, I guess, show the screen.
Oh, right. I'm retarded. No, that's not what I want. Stop. Entire screen. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Show me how the voice is done. Show me how the voice is done.
Alright.
I was wondering, do you want to do one of the voiceovers for one of the stories for one of the the YouTube channel?
Yo, maybe.
If you're interested.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll start from the top, I guess, and then just like feel free to stop me whenever. Like if anything like pops out to you, or you want to make a connection or anything, or like if chat needs to talk, like whatever, just stop. Cause I have the stream muted, so I won't hear the text box pop up unless it's coming from you.
All right, no worries. Sounds good.
All right.
We ready? Let's roll.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely her. The boy says. Oh shit, Milo. You casually met one of the Marantines and just went on with your day like normal, even if it was just Araya's sister. She sounded a bit disappointed that it was me and not my sister, and for whatever reason, it stuck out to me. I guess you could just say I'm lucky, the boy replies in a joking tone. He had one of those edgy teenager look. Same with the tall girl. The other girl, who was admittedly shorter, was wearing a more explosive outfit, literally. She had a red shirt on with the words boom around a stick of TNT, and pants that looked like they'd been subjected to more than one blast in their lifetime. Sure, if you're so lucky, you wouldn't be hanging around with us, the girl replies. I grab my order and step out of the line, closer to the other group as I wait for Araya and her friends to order. Hey Marantine, why'd you chase my brother down, eh? She asks. I turn around to look at the group with a shrug. I was bored. It looked expensive, and running is good for you, you know? I reply. But aren't you too busy to be doing all that? How are you bored? And also, no? Well, why would I be busy? I cut her off, not wanting to get bombarded with questions I don't think I have the answers to. You're always busy with schoolwork, right? Being an elite student like you. I nod, just going along with whatever. Yeah, but I did it all yesterday. Sorry, yawning.
No yawn for you.
You good?
Yeah.
Alright. No, no.
Yeah, I'm totally good.
Yeah, you're fine.
I mean, what?
Yeah, but I did it all yesterday. Weekends are for relaxing, taking a break. I reply further, and they look at me like I just casually began flying. Are you trolling? Pardon if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure your number one excuse for not being able to hang out with Araya during her streams is, I have homework, even during the weekends. I look at Araya, who's ordering the Omega whatever. Well, I don't. Why are you so interested in her anyway? I ask, looking back at the girl. She's good to watch. She's not like other influencers who just take sponsorship up to sponsorship and get all fake for the camera. She has a pretty good style, and she's just down to life, you know? Right. No earth. Because usually the saying would be down to earth, but I had to switch it up because, you know. Yeah, I'm so smart. Anyways. I guess, but... Huh. Yeah. But why watch someone when you yourself could just hang out with your friends? I asked. To me, it made no sense. If I had friends, I'd try to hang out with them as much as possible. Maybe that's because I've never really had any. Because they're not always available? She replies. I'm always available, the boy chimes in. And you're my brother, not my friend. The girl chimes back. Fair. I'd hate to be around you more than I need. The boy joked and looked back at me. Probably thinking I'll say something, but I'm off looking at her surroundings by then. Yo, influencer girl, he calls. Yo, he continues. Meanwhile, she's not an influencer. But you said... Nope, her sister is the influencer. She stops the boy from continuing. I'm so smart.
Same!
Interesting. Yo, runner? He calls hesitantly, looking at me still. I look back towards him. At this point, I guess he was talking to me. You wanna run again? No, I don't want to yawn again. You wanna run again? He asks, smiling. I don't know why, but I thought about it. Why? I ask. Well, I'm bored. I need to get some cardio in, and, yeah, he replies, before looking towards his sister. Plus, she and her are gonna go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Plus, she and her are gonna be going to someplace I don't want to be. The shorter girl rolls her eyes. Where would you go that's better than a cat cafe? She asks. Anywhere? I'm allergic, Mila replies. The taller girl smiles at me. Yeah, I want to see the shadow of Araya, as my friend likes to call you, run. That'd be an interesting sight. Ooh, look, it's in bold. It's like all important and stuff. Keep an eye out on that. Yeah. I look down at the ground and at my shoes. They're normal running sneakers with good grip. I wrote this like 2 years ago. Don't hate on me.
I can't even say things I wrote 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's fair. I look back at Milo. I'm kinda yawning right now.
Same. This is bullshit.
Signal's getting late. No. I'm kinda hanging with my sis right now. I respond. That's a first. Tall girl chimes in. Shut up! Do I have to drop my necklace again? He jokes, causing me to smile. I would laugh, but, you know, I can't. Hey, there's some emotion. You sure you can't just, like, ditch him? Okay. This is, like, the one accent I struggle with. Milo and his sister, I'm gonna keep the name until they reveal it. They both have, like, Hispanic accents, but, like, LA Hispanic. So, like, light Hispanic, like American Hispanic, you know? If you know what I mean.
No, not really. I'm Canadian. Only thing I know is French Canadian.
Okay, real quick. My biggest inspo for the voice, search up, Gecko Valorant voice line, but with 2 Ks. Just a little tangent. I feel like this is important for the immersion.
What am I looking up?
Gecko Valorant voice lines, but Gecko is spelled with 2 Ks. This is like the accent they have, and around the same as like what Milo's voice would sound like.
They shot her. Dizzy's down. Dizzy's down. They Shot her. Someone's there. Someone's there. Somebody's there. Dizzy has targets. Somebody's there. Dizzy has targets. Wingman for the win. Everybody thank Wingman. Come on, let's hear it. Get padre. My little guy did it. My wingman's down. They shot my wingman. Spike planted.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wings.
That's the
Back to
idea,
Dizzy.
right?
Thanks,
Like a
Wingman.
very
You
light
did good.
Hispanic
Sana,
accent,
Sana. I
nothing
got
too
you, I got
crazy.
you. There's my buddy. Back to me. Man, they stopped her. They shot Thrash.
I just struggle trying to recreate that accent, so just that's their accent, just for future reference.
Right.
Hey, there's some emotion. You sure you can't just like ditch him? Milo persisted. I go to shake my head as Araya walks up to me, drinking some soda. Heya, she says. It's Araya, the tall girl replies. Her catchphrase, Heya, it's Araya. I thought that was funny when I came up with it. Araya smiles. What you guys talking about? She asked. Oh, my brother wants your sister to chase him. Not like, you make it sound bad. Milo laughs. Araya glances at me quickly before looking back. You the necklace guy? She asked Milo. Yeah, I haven't had a chase last that long and interesting and, well, a bit. He replies. And you want to run again? Araya glances back at me, who's looking down at the ground. I could tell she's looking at me. Kelly, you can go off with them if you want. We're gonna go to some cafe for a shoot, and I don't think you'll have much fun coming with. She looks at Milo. Plus, you could get a friend or two. Socialize like you wanted. What is happening today? The girl murmurs. So, basically, if you're autopiloting, what is happening right now is, obviously, before this version of Callie came in, Callie was just like a very, like, kind of like boring, nerdy, blank slate type girl. So, the Mira, I'm just gonna say it, Mira, Milo's sister, is very confused about how Callie is acting because it's like really
She's a completely different person.
Yeah, you're like, what? Like, she's trying to socialize. She's not busy doing homework. She's just chasing after people. Like, what is happening? So yeah.
Makes sense.
Oh, you looking for friends? Well, we don't usually just befriend anyone. Kind of a close group, you know. My sister only got in because, well, she's my sister. Milo replies. So you just want to run around? Act like you dropped something so I can chase you? I ask, finding the idea funny. Milo thought for a moment before nodding to himself. Tell you what, if you really want, we'll run. You chase me. If you tag me, I'll introduce you to the friend group, and if you like, you can join. A smile creeps across my face. Friends? It sounds so stupid getting all hyped up over the simple idea, but at this point in time, I hadn't really had a genuine friend, let alone friend group before. I should, change that, the order of that. It should be genuine friend group, let alone friend. Because that's how English works. Anyways.
English doesn't work, though.
Yeah, it's unemployed. Me and English aren't that different, you know.
Yeah, I'm retarded, too. Fucking ads. God damn it.
Alright, we'll take a little break until they're done.
Oh, I need some water. I'll be right back.
Alright. Ad break is done for me. I don't know if it's done for others. I got a short ad break that time.
Yo, yo, who all is back? We back. I think we all good.
Yeah. Alright. This part's funny. I'll explain what happens after the chapter, and then, yeah. If you want, we can continue reading, and if not, then it's fine. Yeah. I just don't want to, like, read too far, and then have it be, like, run out of time or something.
No worries.
Alright. But first you gotta catch me, alright? He continues, a smirk spreading across his face. I nod and look back at Araya. Alright, well, we're off to, some cat cafe for a photo shoot. See ya, Callie. She waves as she goes back to her friends. Chekhov's done! Wait! The taller girl runs after her, the shorter girl just behind her. They're both going to the same place. Yippee. I look at Milo and he gestures with his eyes where he'll start running. I look at Milo and he gestures with his eyes where he'll start running. Ready? I take a deep breath. Yeah, ready. I reply. Whoa! This part pissed me off when I was writing it because I wanted 2.3 to be chased, but there was like literally no way with like the pacing that I could have that happen. So I had to settle for it to be 2.2, but whatever, because I'm just autistic with numbers and stuff. Milo nods quickly and immediately.
You could make 2.1 the thing, and then 2.2 meeting at the hot dog stand,
Yeah, something like that.
and have them a little bit shorter just to make 2.3 fit. But just a suggestion.
Yeah. Milo nods quickly and immediately books it in the other directions to where he said he'd go, running down a path towards some hiking trails. Chapter 2.2, Chase. It's also because of the stuff afterwards, like the chapter afterwards also makes sense to be 2.3 because it leads into 2.4, and 2.4 needs to be, it's all messed up. So, whatever.
Alright.
I've fixed, sorry for the concept, but I fixed stuff like this for the future chapters. It was just because I was still getting this system up and running, it had a few quirks.
No worries. It's all good.
Yeah. I run after him, booking it down the path and weaving around others as he does. He looks behind for a second and dons a surprised face as I gain on him. Whoa! He exclaims as he goes back to looking where he's going, his speed seemingly doubling. In pursuit, I sometimes forget to breathe, and it slows me down. Instead, I focus on my breathing as I keep pace with, oh my god, my
Breathe!
phone.
Breathe! Breathe!
Yeah. Instead, I focus on my breathing as I keep pace with Milo. He turns the corner onto some hiking trail, and I quickly turn to follow, swinging around a tree to bring me closer. He's fast, and he jumps across rock after rock. Oh god, bro, my mouth does not want to, like, do anything.
True.
Okay.
Just slack jaw, sit there, and let it do its job. I mean, what?
Slowly veering off course. I pause for just a second to figure out a route to maybe catch him off guard, and continue the chase as I jump up onto another set of rocks, running after him. It's so like zoomed out on my phone. I'm gonna see if I can, there we go, that's much better. I just needed to change the,
Discord being retarded.
Yeah, it looked too small, so I had to change the rotation to see the words better. Running after him. The wind blowing as we run is refreshing and helps me breathe as I slowly but surely gain on the side. I jump from a rock just above. See, this is why I want to read so bad, but I can't. If for some reason my body doesn't let me.
You're doing fine.
Just above him. Yeah. Just above him to tag him from the side, but he dodges with a little yelp and a laugh before continuing his run. Close one, he yells as he runs off. I catch myself and take a deep breath again as I go back to running after him. Where is he running to? I think as I keep my eye on him. Trees and rocks surround us as we run further away from the path and into a more wooded area. This part was fun to write. I almost run into a tree, trying to keep focus of where he is as he ducks and weaves under branches and turns around certain trees, dashing through all of this like he's been here before. We get to a point where we can't see any paths, and I begin to wonder what his plan is. Does he even know where he's going? I ask myself as we weave around trees and rocks and logs and hazard signs. There are signs warning of a drop-off nearby, and a sign saying to follow the path carefully, even though there is no path. Maybe there used to be a path here? Is that he's running through an old path that's no longer here? I think again, but my fear is immediately debunked when Milo takes another sharp turn towards where the drop-off sign was, followed by a few more signs as we ran by. We're heading to a cliff. We're headed to a cliff! I realize as a rock picks up in frequency and size, replacing some of the trees. You got a death wish? I yell while trying to keep up, panting at the prolonged pace. Do you? Milo replies as he runs a bit faster, but... Trees. Oh wow, that's my cat. I don't know if you can hear him. He just meowed at me. I take a deep breath as I speed up a bit, vaulting over the same rock. You can see he's walking all over me. The same rock
Fucking
as
cats.
him and running toward, yeah.
You're their pets. Remember that.
Yeah. He's a little kid and he's like walking all over me and meowing at me. It's pretty cute. I'm running towards the patch of trees. If there was a cliff hiding anywhere, it would be on the other side of the patch. Hey, buddy. I run cautiously through the trees and brush myself past the last few. Oh my god, bro.
Challenge. Go an entire scrolling page without yawning. Go.
I know, actually impossible, dude. I need to like get like surgery for like my lungs to just like artificially inflate them all the time. Have like a natural passive airflow so I never need to yawn.
True.
Slowing, that would be like a cyberpunk story.
That'd be
Getting rid
good.
of asthma.
And it would be, you know what would be the consequence of that, or the good thing about that is then you're not putting your yawns on other people. Because you're like harming society by causing everyone to yawn because of your yawns. It's like a chain reaction. And now the whole world is all yawning because of you. Take 3 deep breaths. True.
Okay.
ConnectionLine's like, how do you take a deep breath when you have asthma?
Yeah, it's only a half breath, honestly. I run cautiously for the trees and brush myself past the last few, slowing down at the exit so I don't go running in blindly. If it is a cliff, he can't really go anywhere, right? Oh boy. I look around me. A decently sized cliff with a long and steep drop-off lays in front of me. Far away enough that if I wanted, I could take about 7 steps to get to the edge. But why would I? Instead, I look around for Milo, who seemed to have disappeared. Milo, where are you hiding? You know I'll find you, right? Can't really run anywhere else. I look around, checking nearby trees and around the rocks, but there's no sign of him. Milo, where's that? A thought enters my mind. What if he's over the cliff? Hanging on or something? Man, he might just be crazy enough to do that, guys. I begin slowly walking towards the edge, looking around me. As I get to the end, Freddy Fazbear. I look over with my hands on a rock ledge for support. But there's of him. This is so sad, guys. At least there wasn't until I felt someone behind me. I quickly push myself up and stumble backwards on the rock as I fall into someone's chest. They hold me from falling further as I look up. It's Milo. Taking this opportunity, I tap his shoulder and smirk. Gotcha. Haha. He seems to stop for a second, looking at me with a small smile. I look at him as I wait for him to respond. Yeah, you did, he stammered. I nod a little before he pushes me back up onto my feet. He walks in front of me, sitting down on a rock over the edge. I tilt my head a bit in a questioning way before walking up to him and sitting on another rock. He picks up a pebble and... It doesn't help that my nose is clogged, so I can't even, like, try to breathe through my nose instead. I just, like, have to stop existing for a moment.
Welcome to ads.
Yep. He shrugs. Oh, he takes a pebble shrug over the edge. You alright? I ask. He shrugs, throwing another pebble off the edge. Just surprised. I start throwing some pebbles off the edge, admiring the view. Yeah? That makes two of us. He gives a little laugh as he looks down at his hands. They're rough from all the climbing and running he seems to do, but still maintain a baby look to them. It's interesting. What are you surprised about? He asks, looking at the view as well. A lot of things. Yep, I reply and ask. Well, you're the only person to have caught me, or sensed that I was around, he replies. I throw a medium rock over the edge. Really? I think I only caught you because I sensed you're behind me. And tripped, catching us both off guard. I look at him for a second before looking back at the skyline. Smart, huh? Aren't you an elite student? Where'd you learn to run like that? And climb and... I interrupt. Not here, I sigh and hope I don't have to explain everything there. Huh, cool. Well, since you tagged me, if you want I could introduce you to the crew, but I don't know if you'd be interested in joining. He throws another rock before standing up. Crew? I ask. It's what we call our friend group. It's a bit corny, he replies. It's fine. Cool name. And sure, introduce me. How bad could a crew be? I get up and look at him. He smiles and nods. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Chapter 2.3. New friends. I think, I'm going to read this one and then see how you feel from there. And if not, I could quickly read some of chapter 2.4. But either way, I do have to get off pretty soon, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting because I'm sure you have a bunch of stuff you guys want to do after this.
Nope.
No, you got no plans.
Well, as far as I know, like, I have to read Sean's story, and I'm reading Eye of the World, but that's about it. I don't think there's anyone else's stories, right? Like, we read Nico's, we read Electrancy's, and then we read yours. Ninja doesn't have a new one as far as I know. And we read Callie's script. I don't think Queen's done her chapter yet. So, yeah, it's literally just you're the only one.
Alright, we'll stop just after 2.4 then, because that's like around the middle half. So,
Right.
Bear with me. Chapter 2.3, New Friends. As we're walking out of Meredith Station, the big train station. So this is kind of like a time skip. They left Alta Vista and now they're walking out of Meredith. I should probably reword all this to make it seem a little easier to follow, but you know. Milo goes on his phone, calling a number labeled Peeps. Hey amigos, got a meeting around 4:30. It's important, so shut the fuck up, alright? That includes you, sis. Lucy too. And bring snacks. I'm hungry from all this running. Haha. He hangs up and we continue walking. Hope you don't mind some more climbing. We're going into the construction zone, Milo says as he puts his phone away. I shrug and continue walking. After a little walk, we entered the construction zone and followed the path we ran for the other day until we got to the place where I gave him the necklace. Yay guys, it's actually the weekend now. After a little walk, we...
My weekend's every day!
Hell yeah. Every day I'm shuffling. He climbs back up. He climbs up and looks back. Oh my god. My cat.
Words!
Huh?
Words!
Yeah, sorry. It was Onyx, my cat. He like walked all over my keyboard and almost like got out of stream. Like he almost kicked me out of the stream. He's so silly.
When your kid comes over and taps the keyboard and your entire screen turns sideways, so you have to get a new computer.
Yeah. Like, he climbs up and looks back, crouching down and lending a hand. I jump up and grasp onto the edge, pulling myself up before grabbing onto his hand for further support. Girl boss. Oh, they would not like this. This is a woke story. It is a female protagonist that can support herself.
A strong, independent woman. Oh no, it's woke.
Yeah. Come on, we're almost there, Milo says as he turns around and begins walking.
Wait, is she
Jumping
hot?
up.
Oh wait, she's too
Oh,
young
yeah.
to be hot. She's too young to be hot.
I
Fuck.
can say that. I'm 17, but
Okay.
in like a few months I can't, so.
Well, it's that whole window of time, right?
Yeah. It's
So
okay.
nothing
it's okay.
changed, but everything changed.
Yeah. It's okay, because the sky takes place from when she's 16 and 19, so there is, later on in the story, you can legally say she's hot. But
Alright.
just not now.
Yeah.
Come on, we're almost
You can
there,
say she's
Milo
a very nice, beautiful young lady.
says. Yeah. Very kind-hearted person.
Mm-hmm.
I follow him as we walk down a metal rail and back onto some sand. Though it's underneath another floor as we walk out into a secluded area with a bunch of buildings. Falling the place off. There's a back entrance to a shop in one of them and a "Do Not Enter" sign on another. Epic burp. That was actually a part of the story.
Nice.
Yeah, it was in ghost text.
Legendary.
Walk into the "Do Not" and begin walking up some stairs, climbing some boxes again to a floor with a bunch of stuff. Hey, the hub. There's a TV with some sort of console, a table that's drilled into the floor, a couple couches, and a bunch more stuff. It's walled off, unlike most of the other floors of the buildings around the area. It's pretty epic. So like,
Oh, it's
imagine,
abandoned. Quite.
Yeah, so like basically their main area, like their main HQ area of operations is an abandoned construction high-rise project that they turned into like their little hangout area.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the hub. We mostly discuss plans and do meetings here, though it's also just a place to chill, Milo explained. He sat down on one of the couches and sighed, catching a break from the cardio. Cool, I reply and sit down beside him. The others should be here in a bit. Milo went to take out his phone. Yeah, woohoo, they're late, they're slowpoke, you can't rely on them. Anyways. We
They're
waited
losers.
for a little while, before some people start showing up. Milo's sister and the girl that went with her showed up, rather loudly. Yeah, and then we... Oh, hey Milo, wait, why is she here? Oh, look, it's in bold, important, woo, woo, red sirens, tornado alarms going off. Anyways, the short girl burst in before greeting us. Milo, did you seriously call us out of our chat with Araya to say that Callie didn't tag you? We all know that she did. Milo cuts her sister off. That's why she's here. They both light up, stopping in their place before walking over to the couch. What in the fuck? How? The shorter girl exclaims. Well, Milo goes to say, hey guys, a male voice. It's chaotic. Hey guys, a male voice exclaims as someone jumps up into view. They walk up to us and look at me. Oh, did we kidnap her? The guy asks. No, the other three reply. Listen, she's the one that gave me my necklace after it fell, and she's the one that tagged me. So, I'm giving her a chance to be in the crew. Milo explains. Kidnap me? What kind of things do these guys even do?
They steal shit. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, buddy, just you wait. Milo, you... hold on. Milo, you... Okay, first of all, how? And second of all, you can't let someone like her... just join our crew. His sister objected. Yeah, what if she gets hurt, or tells people about us? The short girl places her hand on her hip, looking disappointed. The other guy stays quiet, just looking at me. He's staring at me, menacingly. Look, she's clearly got some skill, so we'll just give her a light rundown. We ain't gotta let her join, just see if she's interested. Then let her join. Milo explained more. She got me, and since me, nobody does that, at least nobody but her apparently. Whoa, little sister got some secrets or something? How the hell are you so active if all you do is stay inside and do homework? Nothing today makes sense. Milo's sister scoffs. Um, yeah, more bold text. Being more frequent now. I looked out at the ground, twiddling my fingers and thumbs, unsure of what to say. I can't just tell them everything. That'd be weird, and it ruined my little image I seem to have. Certain words stick out to me all of a sudden, like a trigger that's being pulled. Forget that. How the hell you even... How the hell you... Oh. No, never mind. It just... My eyes weren't locking in. My eyes were... Oh my... I thought I forgot to put the word there, but I didn't. I just didn't want to see it. I was like... ignoring it, I guess. Anyways. Forget that. How the hell do you know where he was? That's like... She continues. Mira, enough. She just did, alright? I don't think any of us know why. Mila interrupts and get up. Yo, Callie, close your eyes. I think for a moment before hesitantly closing my eyes. I can hear movement around the room. It's silent for a bit before I feel a tap on my shoulder. Where is he? I hear Mila's sister ask me. Don't open your eyes. Just tell us where he is. Where you think he is. I think for a second. I don't really know what's going on, but I can sense a couple people. I know Milo's sister is beside me from the tap and the voice, but I don't know where the others are. I know someone is behind me, and someone is off at the corner, as well as someone being in front of me. Two people, actually. See, a little bit more of like nerd, smart, genius type, you know, big mind, big brain, whatever. Two people would probably be the short girl and the other guy. The one behind me could be... Wait, there's one more person in this room I'm seeing. Who else is in this room? Doesn't exactly matter right now, since I need to figure out where Milo is for some reason. I make my decision. Is he the one in the corner? I think behind me to my left? I ask, keeping my eyes closed. Huh? Milo's sister exclaims. How? The short girl laughs like a maniac. That's crazy. You can open your eyes now, by the way, Milo says, walking up behind me. I open up my eyes and look around. There's another older girl looking at me. Another older girl standing by the short girl, arms crossed and looking at me. Milo is behind me, and the other girl is walking over to the people in front of me. Interesting. And it wasn't planned. She looks at Milo. Fate again. Honest to fate, it wasn't. He replies. A few seconds of silence pass by before... Oh my god, I literally took a deep breath and then...
Then you yawned? Because your brain was like, oh shit, yeah, I do need oxygen. You're right, let's go.
A few seconds of silence passed by before... Yeah, but I didn't yawn for a while there.
No, you did really good.
Yeah. A few seconds of silence pass by before she gestures for the others to come to her. Yippee. I look around for an escape route if needed, but quickly turn my attention back to the group. They're all discussing stuff in a little group circle, occasionally glancing at me. Ooh, this is fun. I think you'll like this part. And I can't help but feel awkward. After a little while, they all turn to me and look at me for a few more seconds. You can keep a secret, right? Milo's sister asks. I look between them before nodding. No matter how crazy it is? Milo follows up. I nod again. You telling the truth? He asks. I don't really lie, I respond. How do you stay so active? Running and all that? Milo's sister asks. I mean, I don't think I'll do it anymore, but I used to, go on night runs, I reply. Technically, I wasn't lying. I also just like climbing things, I guess. It's fun. I felt like I was being interrogated for crimes or something. It was honestly pretty uncomfortable. She nodded to herself. What do you guys think? Should we tell her? She looks to the others. Milo nods, the other guy shrugged. Short girl just kind of stares at me, and the tall, older-looking girl gives a little nod. If asked about us in a certain way, you will have to lie. You said you can keep a secret, and that'll be part of it. The older-looking girl says, looking at me with an honestly scary mother figure look. The type of stare your mom gives you when she's saying some important stuff that can get you in trouble if you don't listen. I nod again and look around them. They look at each other one more time before all nodding. Milo steps in front of them and looks me dead in the eyes. Are you willing to reveal the true corruption behind big companies through less than peaceful means? I look back at him. Like defacing private property, invasion of property, data breaching, all that stuff. He continues. Anything to fuck over the big guys and their money palaces. That doesn't sound too bad. I've done worse. I stop myself. No, I haven't. They all sort of pipe up, gaining interest. Worse? We won't tell anyone. What do you mean by worse? Milo's sister asks. Well, I mean, like, I stammer, realizing I messed up. Uh-oh. You ever... one? The short girl asks. She seems enthusiastic about the thought of harming someone. I try to make an understanding of the situation, but everything is just too confusing. Why are they acting so weird? Why am I being interrogated? And why do people keep showing up? Another boy walks up, looking at the group before looking at me. He looks familiar. Peak grade 9 writing. Guys? Why? He asks, walking up to everyone. What the hell is that kid from my class doing here? Why is he here? Oh no, now he's gonna tell everyone that what I told him and I'll look insane and I'll never get any friends ever again. I'm so stupid and weird. I'm probably overreacting in this situation, but it was so random and out of nowhere on top of the already random situation that I think my brain stopped working at this point. Since when did you watch Araya? Milo's sister asked him. No, she's my classmate. You know, the one I said had that crazy story about how she killed herself or whatever? He replies. He seems a bit different than from school. So, yeah, the nerd kid that she, like, vented and said everything to, is also in this group. Huh, how convenient.
Nice.
What? And you didn't think to mention that it was the Callie Maritime? Milo's sister raises her voice. The short girl is just hyped up at this point, a big smile taking over her face. No, I don't care for doxing people who aren't mega billionaire corrupt fucks like Mr. Blake and Keys. Name drops.
Be right back. Gotta take the dogs out and it's raining, so can't bring my phone with me. Alright, no worries, Queen. We'll see you in a bit. Have a good walk.
Enjoy the walk. Yeah, Milo is just looking at me in disbelief. Ooh. Then he yawns. Okay. What the hell? Oh, yeah, you spoke. Everything checks out. Why you've been acting so different? Seeming so not like you. Milo nods. Notes. His sister nodding. Laugh. Yeah, you got something to tell us, Kelly? You running a play or something? I don't know if other people use the term running a play, but I thought it was cool when I came up with it. It's basically like a play is like a story you're telling, but it's usually not true. So it's like, are you running a play? Are you lying to us? I thought that was like a nice little.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
Very unique.
Yeah, thanks. Or is Techie over here telling the truth? Milo's sister pries at me, gesturing to my classmate. Hey, I told you to stop calling me that, he yelled at her. I don't really know what to say. I think about everything, and... Oh, what the hell? Why'd I do that? Yeah, I told you to stop calling me that, he yelled at her. I don't really know what to say. I think about everything, and I mean everything. And looking between everyone, before looking back at Milo and his sister.
Fucking ads.
On my face. Oof.
They're killing us.
Why are you fucking the ads?
Slowly but surely, our death will be around the corner.
Yep. It actually will. We'll start watching more ads, and then soon we'll get nostalgic for ads, and we'll play so many ads that all we ever watch is ads.
Like, man, that was the best show I ever watched. It was an ad for McDonald's.
Yeah. It's gonna be like, Wall-E, but instead of being in like a really cool spaceship, we're just all in our home watching ads. The unimaginative, uninteresting future that we always get.
100%.
Alright, 14, 13, 12, 11.
I got 30 seconds.
9,
Hold on.
8.
I got 30 seconds.
You still have 30 seconds? What a freaking bozo.
My ads are longer than your ads. Ooh!
Oh, it's average size.
Well, mine's tiny, so that's sad for you. My ads are only 5 seconds. Alright, we're
My
back.
ads can teach themselves how to try. My ads don't need chat GPT.
My ads are generated by Sora.
Yeah. Sora free, buddy. Get on my level. Got that limited tech. Okay. Speaking of tech. I'm lost. I stammer out. Anything I told him was the truth. I don't lie. I managed to get out. It felt like everyone had their eyes on me, judging me. Huh. Mila's sister walks around a little, has her nerves. Oh, fucking A. We have another problem here. Uh-oh. She exclaims with a laugh of disbelief. How the fucking fuck did that happen? Can you explain, Ghost? She looks back at me. For some reason, Milo is looking at his hands again like earlier. He seems somewhat sad. I don't know. You talking about my crazy story? I asked back, somewhat with attitude. Yeah, you really saying you've killed yourself? Done worse than that? And ended up in this new world or whatever the fuck? You running into drugs, Callie? She keeps calling me by my name, but I barely know her. They all do. It's such a weird feeling. No, I don't, I'm interrupted. What could be worse than suicide? Milo asks, looking at me. I look at the floor and tap my feet, anxious. Murder? I reply. The room once again goes silent. I messed up. Again. Dot, dot, dot. Holy fucking W! The short girl erupts, jumping up and down. Milo's sister is laughing at this point in complete disbelief. This day! Milo just looks at me, a smile creeping up on his face, hanging with a surprised look in his eyes. The older looking girl just nods and smiles lightly. The other two guys are looking at each other in disbelief. You're joking, right? Milo asks, looking at me with a smile. No. I look back at everyone, realizing they don't seem to be disgusted or scared or whatever. Just one, accidentally? He asks. I shake my head. Night runs, chasing people, climbing, stalking, but I don't think I have a need for those anymore. I reply. Are you on track with what's going on? Do you understand?
Like, Callie's outing herself?
Yeah.
That she's done some fucked up shit?
Yeah. Alright. As long as you're on track. So, you're like a serial killer or something? Neil asks more questions. I guess you could say that. I sigh, not proud of what I did. So you killed yourself from the guilt. Milo's sister chimes in, a gun in her hand, probably from her pocket. No, I couldn't. I lost it one day, I guess. My whole school just... I killed everyone. Tried taking a hiatus from murder, but it ate at me. And like a relapse, I can't even finish my sentence. I hated myself for it. You shot up the... No. No guns. I interrupt Milo. The shorter girl pulls out a knife. Look at me. Knives? She asks. I shrug and gesture my hand in a kinda so-so gesture. I guess you could say that? I look at her before going back to looking at the ground.
Chainsaw?
I realize... I realized that I could probably use this as an opportunity to ask what they really do, and decided to take it. So that's the worst I've done. There. What's your worst? You don't tell, and I don't tell, I asked. Well, not on the level of the entire school, but we've killed, Milo begins to say, before getting interrupted by his sister. Milo! She could be lying still. This could all be a ploy to... She gets interrupted again, this time by the older looking girl. No, Mira. I think she's telling the truth. Look at her, she says, looking at me with another motherly stare. Though this time it seemed more caring than you're in trouble. I don't really know what I must have looked like, but I'm sure they saw me fidgeting with my hands and looking down again, seeming uncomfortable with the situation. I guess, but that means she had a way to just kill everyone in her school. How could she do that without a gun? I mean, even shooters don't get the entire school. Milo's sister, who I'm assuming is named Mira, replies. She walked closer to me and sits beside me, moving my arms up and looking for
Welcome back, Queen.
Oh, hi, Queen. I mean, the muscles are there, but did you really beat everyone to death? a more bold. That's just not possible. Certain words and things they keep saying, they say, keep jumping out at me, like an amplifier or a voice talking back to me in my head. I begin to worry what it could mean, for me, and for this group. No, not really, I reply. I mean, some, sure, but not everyone. So you didn't kill everyone? She asked. No, I did, I reply before continuing. I just killed them in different ways. I felt oddly comfortable saying that, loosening up a bit. You wouldn't believe it if I told you how, or why, I follow up. Sure, and you wouldn't believe me. You wouldn't believe us if I told you my brother's a fucking K-12 victim being torn apart every second, being able to conjure shadow lamps from nowhere and turn them into whatever. Mira says with a, ooh, that's a... Uh-oh, that's an actual typo. I forgot to put the, the quotation mark end. Anyways, pretend that's there, I'll fix that later. Mira says with a serious tone, but it's true, eh, Mila? She looks at her brother. To her brother. He nods, looking at me as dark arms begin to protrude from his back, shifting into sharp blades, spiky bats, and back to arms, all within the same dark shadowy form, of course. He looks at me with a nervous yet serious look. They all kinda do. I can't help but look shocked, but not because I've just seen, oh my god. Oof. But not because I've just seen something that I've never seen before. If we have to, we can kill you. So make this easier on us, and tell us what you're hiding. Mira crosses her arms as she speaks, looking at me with the same kind of tone as Mila. I smile, not because I want to, but because I feel a familiar feeling. The feeling of hunger. Oh, who just joined?
Callie!
Hi.
What's up, Callie? Do you want to read a chapter, Callie?
Yeah, do you want to read? No?
He might be muted.
Alright, hold on. I smile, not because I want to, but because I feel a familiar feeling. The feeling of hunger clawing at my mind, screaming. Thanks. Kinda big reveal. Also, if you can, just feel free to scroll.
Oh, I didn't catch any of that.
Oh, you're not paying attention?
No, it didn't go through. Like, Discord didn't pick it up. The last thing you said was hunger clawing at my mind, and then it, like, cut out.
Oof.
And then I was like, wait, did he stop? Or it's like...
The clap is crazy.
Callie, you're fucking awesome.
That's really funny. Okay. The feeling of hunger clawing at my mind. No. Screaming at me to kill something or someone. You can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Normally in this moment I'd be pissed that my parasite is still with me, but instead I'm content with knowing I can probably easily show them what I've done, as long as the parasite isn't stubborn or I'm feeling ghost feelings. What are you smirking about? Mira asks, looking a bit annoyed. Just answer our question. How were you able to kill off an entire school, huh? I calm myself down a bit, realizing that even if he's back, I don't want to just kill these guys to prove a point, or get out of a situation. I just met someone like me, and that's not something I'll probably see ever again. I'll see probably ever again. Wording. It's important, guys. Remember, kids, don't do drugs. Or whatever.
You're boring! Shut up!
Remember, guys, don't do drugs.
Yeah, I lost you again. We're losing you.
La 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 la.
You're back.
Evil chicken. Do lots of drugs, so many drugs.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
The older looking girl pulls out a gun and begins aiming it at me. Oh my god. This is scary. Anyway. The others following, except for Milo. Aw, Milo, why aren't you pointing a gun at Callie? You're getting soft. 1. The older looking girl begins counting, probably to 3. I look between all of them, confused. Do you want to kill me? I ask, a familiar voice joining my mind as I said kill. 2. Just tell us, Callie, Mira demands. I think about what to say. They'd probably believe it. Or they'd say I'm just going off of what Milo has. Turns out, I didn't have to say anything, as a familiar feeling takes over. Okay, we'll quickly do this one, and then we'll stop at 2.5.
I
So
will
that's like
say
halfway.
you should foreshadow this more.
I technically do. Um, but it's a lot of like really hidden stuff.
Because, like, to me, this came out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, so now we're talking superpowers?
Yeah, I know.
Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like, hinting at it earlier will make it a bigger impact. Right?
Yeah. The main
Saying that, like, there's
idea-
something wrong with Callie, going into her mind more about it, like, influencing that. Like, the killing thing kind of feels like it came out of nowhere, and then her personality just kind of felt like it changed.
Yeah, my main idea for it was that she was just trying so hard to not think about any of that or like do any of that because she wanted to believe that the parasite was gone when she came to this new world because everything else was working out fine. But, you know, everything finds its way.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know. I
Yeah.
felt it was really abrupt, and I was like, okay, well, you know, that kind of changes everything, right?
Yeah. Okay. Chapter 2.4 Parasite. 3. Whoa, okay. Mira steps back, dropping her gun in shock. The rest take a step back and stop aiming. I feel my mind fighting itself as I lose focus for just a second before going into hyperfocus. An empty feeling on my back is what I can only describe as shadow void tendrils take over, piercing the floor below me as I stand up. I try my best to stay calm. My friend is still eating from the last meals, and his violent manner can be put on hold for now. This boy is artificial. We are natural deaf. I hear an angry, loud, and violent voice yell. Nobody else can hear him, but he's all I can hear sometimes. Natural flesh. False orb. No orb. He yells. I can't yell, it's late. Don't kill any of them, alright? I order, keeping track of my breathing. Fine. Show them your nurture, but our feast runs quickly out of use. Must eat soon. Must kill. He yells back. I sigh and nod. Milo looks at me with a shining star in his eyes. Shock and joy so visible on his face that I swear he looks like a different person. Oh, my fate. He gets out. You're a victim of K-12? He asks. But weren't all victims different? How could... He stops talking, starting from shock and trying to find the words. Milo, you're not alone. Mira finally speaks, picking up her gun and putting it away. I don't know what K-12 is. He's a parasite, I reply, taking the void tendril out of the floor. So that's how... Interesting. You speak of him. Does that mean that this is more of a venom situation? Hosting whatever shadow matters within you? My classmate begins writing stuff on his phone and asking me questions. I guess you could say that, I reply, shaking off the urge to coat myself in violence. He finishes writing down whatever notes he's taking and puts his phone away.
Did I lose you again?
I had to stretch.
Okay. Now I'm just, every time you stop, I'm gonna be like, shit, did I lose you?
Nah. Cool. So I'm assuming your friend also has an insatiable hunger for violence. Is that correct? He asks another question. Yeah, but sometimes I can control it. Sometimes. I reply, images of my last day on Earth flashing from my head. Milo nods and sits down, looking up at the ceiling. He seems to have a lot on his mind, and I can feel a slight vibration coming from him all of a sudden. So, how'd this happen? Mira asks. She's looking at her brother while speaking to me, but I don't think he notices. Uh, I don't really know. One day I was taking a detour down an alleyway due to construction, and after an unusually long time, I came across an orb with nowhere to go. So, having no other options, I went up to it. I touched it, trying to see what it could be, and everything went back to normal. I go to school, bring a school bully that tried to kill me into this sort of dark plane, kill her with these things, and come back to reality to see that she hung herself. After that, I just kind of started hearing voices and got cravings to murder. So I did, feeling angry at how I was treated, and also hungry for violence. Soon it just kind of became a habit, or a hobby, you could say. I recall the first couple of first of being linked to the orb and shrug. I don't really know what he is, but I know that he's violent. I'd say you're violent with all those killings you've done, Mira replies. I frown and look down at the floor, playing with my thumbs as I speak. Yeah, but I tried to stop, to refrain. I just killed bugs or small rodents, but it wasn't enough, and eventually, I snapped, I guess. Milo sighs and looks back at his sister before looking at me. You still want to join? If you need to eat or whatever, you could just come with us on our runs. Kill a few corrupt bastards, you know? He offers, getting a smile back on his face. I think for a moment before nodding slowly. Kill a bunch of birds with one stone. Sure. I can't help but smile a little at the situation. It felt like it was perfect. Everything so far has been perfect. I think I knew why I was finally able to kill myself that day. It was because this life was waiting for me, and I had waited for it long enough. The short girl jumps up, clapping with the gun in hand. Yes, new member, she exclaims. Mira gives a little laugh and shakes her head, looking at the now energetic girl. I focus on my breathing a little more and stretch as my vision briefly goes dark before going back to normal. I sit down and stretch as the void retreats back into me. Well, I suppose you should know our names if you're gonna be in the crew. The tall girl speaks again. You can just call me Bree, or M. She gestured to herself before looking at Milo. To me as I look at him. His sister, Mira, she gestured to Mira, is the jack of all trades. But she mostly does engineering stuff like mechanics and all that. I glance over to Mira and she gives a little nod in a sup kind of way. And Jack, the actual Jack, is a firearms expert as well as a magician. She gestures to the admittedly tall guy who asked if I was kidnapped. He gives a bow, tipping a hat he doesn't have, before standing back up. I smile and nod. And you know Lucas, your classmate. He's a resident.
I lost you.
Where did you lose me?
I know Lucas, your classmate.
Okay. Your classmate. He's a resident nerd, so obviously he's the hacker, or the techie, as Mira calls him. She gives a little laugh as she goes to continue. Hey, I swear, stop calling me that. Nerd, I'm fine with, but techie just sounds weird. Only a techie would say such a thing, Mira replies, giggling. Anyways, this bag of energy is anarchy reincarnate. Lucy. Bree points at Lucy, the short, energetic girl who seems a little too enthusiastic about violence, maybe on par with the parasite. Lucy gives a big wave, smiling and holding a gun in her hand. She's still bobbing up and down from what I'm assuming is excitement. Hi, looking forward to doing business with you, and not the stupid crow kind. Her tone changes to absolute disgust for a moment before going back to being happy. Can't wait to blow stuff up. I keep my smile and reply. Yeah, nice to meet you all. Alright, well, that should be it for our meeting. Not what I was expecting, but whatever. You got something better anyway, so who cares? Milo concluded. We might have hit the fucking jackpot, Milo. Or we just placed our fate in Death's hands. Mira replies, looking at me. Hopefully not the latter. Milo laughs a little. So, we're gonna head off to New Tropica for some errands, but I'll add you to our group chat, so we can call on you for future meetings. We'll probably do a little initiation run to see your skills in action before doing anything too big. Milo goes to stand up. New Tropica, I muttered to myself, but I guess it was loud enough for them to hear. Oh yeah, it's basically this resort type planet, well, near the equator, at least. Milo explains, though I already know due to my grandpa's stories. He thinks for a moment before springing up, an idea clearly in his head. Wait, what if we bring you with us? Uh-oh. World tour. It could serve as a tour for both the planet and how things work in our crew, he suggests, looking around at the others to see if they agree. Milo, if we bring her along, she's your responsibility. If she fucks anything up on the run, you'll be the one getting our rams. Miro replies with a decent amount of attitude and anger, as if she's sure I'll mess something up. Yeah, sure. I'll make sure she doesn't mess up, right? He looks at me. Right, I reply. Good. Alright. Let's get going, shall we? Mira picks up the gun. She picked up the sun, guys. Mira picks up the gun she dropped and puts it in her backpack. Everyone gets ready to go outside, and soon enough, we're on our way to the train station. And that's the first half done.
Nice. But yeah, I mean, it's cool, and I really like it and stuff. It just feels so abrupt that I'm like, it completely shifts everything. I feel like, you know, having her kind of be like hinting at something being wrong, moreover than just her, like, it's like, oh, my life was terrible and horrible. It's like, well, now I'm not as sympathetic because it seems like you fucking did it to yourself. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, to me, it feels like it just kind of came out of nowhere, and it's going to feel like people are like, well, did you just, like, change how you wanted the story to go? Like, there's no hint about any of this? Like, maybe at the beginning, talk about, like, the stories from her grandfather, and be more, like, specific, and, like, tell small bits of stories about, like, beings that can do things, and, like, put it in our head that these things are possible, right? Even if it's in a fiction. So when it happens in real life, it's like, oh shit, it wasn't just fiction, right? At least that's how I feel about it. Because I'm like, normally I spot things, and like, no, there was nothing I'd ever seen that would ever suggest to me that there was like, the character was hiding something underneath that was more than just the fact that they killed themselves and they were embarrassed and ashamed, and they hated their old life, so why would they ever even want to talk about it?
Yeah.
But now this is like, this adds an entirely different tone to it, where it's like, oh, this could be, like, and all you need is like 3 or 4 little passages in intermixed in like the first chapter of being like, you know, her hand flexing, maybe like going like this and like grabbing her throat or something like that. Like, just subtle things that you're like, when you look back on, you're like, oh my god, that's why she was doing it. You know, she's kind of just like rubbing her neck like this kind of thing, right? Like ominous things that she's doing. Like pulling away from a situation, like running out on something because she's afraid she might spill the beans on something. Like maybe 2 or 3 of those things happening. Then when it happens, you're like, oh! Plus, like, a story that talks about, you know, people with powers or something like that. Like, something unnatural that goes on in these worlds to make us, like, unground ourselves from reality with it. And make it so things are more, like, out there.
Yeah.
Because then I'd be waiting for that moment the entire time. I'm like, you're leading up to something. You're leading up to something. But the entire time, I'm just kind of like, okay, well, you know, we're getting a nice slice of life here. And I'm like, okay, well, this is going to go into, like, a heist thing. Like, as soon as, like, the necklace scene, I was like, okay, so we're going to do, like, this is going to be, like, heist-style stuff. Like, you know, infiltration of, like, evil corporations. Like, basically terrorism. But, you know, we're the good guys, so it's actually called a rebellion, not terrorism. But, you know.
Yeah.
Diddy, thanks for the follow, by the way. But, yeah. Other than that, everything is solid. I love it. It just to me, it just felt like, I was like, okay, well, you're just adding more to the story here, which is fine. But the impact of it could be better if we have an idea in our mind that something like this could happen.
Alright, yeah, that is fair. Even like when writing it, I did like have like that feeling in the back of my mind where it was like kind of like abrupt, but it just like, I don't know, it didn't occur to me to like foreshadow things, because I really wanted to like have that feel of Callie just wants nothing to do with the parasite, so she just like ignores it entirely.
And that's
right?
why I
Like,
think it would be really cool to have it as subtle, like don't draw attention to it, right? Just
Yeah.
have like a small scene of her talking there, and then it's like she rubbed her throat maybe a little bit too tightly, or like she was like rubbing her neck, and then she grabbed her throat and maybe a little bit too tightly, and you're like, wait, what? But then it just moves on, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, and then it's like, she goes to put her hand on someone, and someone's like, man, you have a really strong grip. and then there's like this random story where she's like, this couldn't possibly be the same place, because the story that my grandpa told me had monsters in it. And even
Yeah.
something as simple as that, that's all you need.
Yeah, I will say though, one of the foreshadowing things I did is the whole chase sequence. The whole thing about Milo not being like sensible, and Callie being the only person that can sense like.
Yeah, see,
where
that came
he-
out of nowhere for me. I was like, that's just like, okay, well, this is just like adding things to it. So maybe making that more prominent during that scene. Because that scene makes them really feel human. That scene should make them feel not human. Same with like when she's chasing after him with the necklace, right? Maybe make that scene may seem more like superhumanish. And then you're asking the questions. Because you want to be asking questions and making the audience ask questions, right? Like, why is this happening? What is the absolute significance of this, right?
Yeah, but the main idea with these like I'll call them parasites for now, is they're not like I compared it to Venom, but they're not. Like, you don't really get super strength or anything. You just have the tendrils, like the shadow stuff that you can control.
Shadow abilities.
It's more
Shadow powers.
Yeah. It's more, think of like Green Lantern type, It's less Superman, Venom, and more Green Lantern, where it's just some regular guy until they have whatever they have.
Interesting.
Like, the design of it is meant to help them blend in and seem normal until suddenly they're not normal.
I'm human, I swear! Rips off face. Well, human enough! Blowing everyone
Yeah.
up with shadows.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm sure you guys have a lot of stuff to do. I need to eat something and get to bed because I have school in the morning. I shouldn't be up this late. But
No worries, man. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out, as always. Remember, don't feel
Yeah, no problem.
push yourself, If you gotta go to bed, you gotta go to bed.
Yeah, I do like getting the feedback. Like, this, it did genuinely help. Like, I will try and show her sociopathic side more, because like that's a part I've always struggled with Callie as like a character. Like, she's supposed to be a psychopath, but like I don't really show it too often, and I've been trying to like figure out ways to better show it. But like that, like grabbing of the neck, or like a little
Yeah,
too
small,
tight of a
subtle hints of like her body almost acting on its own, but like her being so like trying not to pay attention to it that she just ignores it.
Yeah.
And then make like her ignoring things a prominent part of her personality, right? So it kind of bleeds into it, that you're like, oh, well, it makes sense that she would ignore it because that's what she does with everything, right? So don't
Yeah.
make it a specific trait that she does for the parasite. Make it a trait of her that she's enforcing upon the parasite.
Alright, yeah, she ignores stuff until she hyperfixates.
Yeah, and then because like you're thinking like, what is her response to this? Oh, her response is this. So that's what she does in these situations. That's her personality, right? And that's like the fear factor of like, for instance, if you have like a really bad stomach ache, let's say, a really bad headache, a really bad injury, and you're like, no, my arm's not broken. No, you know what? I don't have bowel cancer. No, you know what? Fucking, I don't have brain cancer. I'm just having a migraine right now, right? And you're like, it's so like puts you in this place you just do not want to even go near it. And that's really hard to do on a psychological level, but what I would say for the ability to do that is small things that are out of place with, like, mainly body movement. And specifically when interacting with another character, right?
Yeah, what I'm thinking, you know when she goes to take her bag after her mom's like, are you gonna pack your lunch?
Mm-hmm.
What if it's like abnormally rough the way she grabs it? You know, like
almost pops, like breaks the bag. Something like that. Like
Yeah.
squeezes it too tight and rips the bag. Yeah, small stuff like that. Tiny small stuff like that is exactly, and you only need like 2 or 3 instances of that, plus like 1 mention of the grandfather's stories that say there's something that's more than reality in these worlds, right? And that's literally all you need, and that'll make it so it's like you go and you're like, oh, those moments, it makes sense now, right? Because you're gonna be like thinking in the back of your head, why is this happening?
That and the basketball scene, I was thinking of, instead of them just watching, I was thinking of Callie like giving the basketball back, but she
And it's
throws
just
it
like,
a little too hard.
yeah, and they're just like, what the fuck? You got a good arm there! You know, and it's just like continuous things talking about like Callie's physical, like almost physical strength and agility and stuff, and you're just like, okay. Because like I kind of got that, like afterwards, like the first thing I thought of when you revealed the parasite and stuff was, her thinking of like Milo climbing over the cliff, her like trying to like reach up to him to grab onto him when she's like climbing stuff during the when she's trying to chase after him with the necklace and stuff. So there were like tiny things, but I was like, these weren't enough. That's why I said more, right? Foreshadowing more.
Yeah.
It is kind of there, but it still feels too abrupt.
Yeah. What I'm thinking for the basketball scene is if like they like note about it, they'd be like, wow, for like an elite nerd student, you got good arms.
Like, yeah, why aren't you do gymnastics and shit like that? Like, why aren't you on the volleyball team?
And then Kyle will just like, okay, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
Be like, I'm not allowed to be strong and smart? Fuck you.
Yeah.
DEI hire. Woke alert. Woke alert.
Yeah, woke up. She'll probably be like, I'm kind of in the middle of a conversation here. Can you fuck off? You know?
Yeah.
Because she's just not having it.
True.
Alright, well, thank you. That does help a lot. I'll see you, if you're streaming tomorrow, I'll probably try and
Every day, unless I'm fucking dead.
Alright.
Alright, peace out, bro.
Thanks for having me.
No worries, take care.
You too.
Thanks. Alright, Sean, you're up next, brother!